Hello and welcome to another episode of Urban Minds Plus. My name is Desmond and I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas before we get right into the conversation we're about to have. So today we're talking about the release of Colonel Dasuki Sambo, retired, and Omoyele Sowore through a statement by the Honorable Attorney General of Nigeria. So a lot of people on social media had a lot of views about the release, and from yesterday, it's been official. There's been a lot of statements. I remember just scrolling through my Twitter and just seeing different views up there. So Wonke Alexander says, no same person should praise the Nigerian government. They are just fulfilling the borrowing terms and conditions. You can't be borrowing cap in hand government and still be doing anyhow. Once the masters blow the whistle, especially when they are not gaining from it, you must obey. Michael says, so they are no longer threats to national security. Buhari government and comedy. Now 5 and 6, we are enjoying you all. And then a lot of opinions like that. It's sad that this is by female body inspector. It's sad that people have to beg their own elected government to be free to live in their own country. In this circus, just interesting. We're joined by 4 well-meaning Nigerians to share their thoughts on what this release means. First, we're joined by Aneta Felix, a journalist with TV 360.
My name is Aneta Felix and I'm a journalist at TV 360 Nigeria. You see, in theory, all Nigerians are guaranteed certain rights like the freedom of speech and association, but in practice, things are not always what they seem. Sadly so for a country that's widely regarded as the giant of Africa. I mean, how would you explain a situation where a man is arrested simply for mobilizing people to speak against the social ills in the country? You have him arrested for about 4 months. He is released a few hours later. You basically storm the court, rearrest him, and then flagrantly disobey court orders for his release. Well, it's commendable that the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, has released him, ordered his release, and he's eventually been released to his family. That's good. I mean, Christmas and all the New Year celebrations is going to be around to experience all that with his family. Good news. But I hope that they don't rearrest him again.
Right now, let's get the views of Temidayo Sidiq, who's a public affairs analyst.
So the release of Omoyele Sowore and Colonel Sambo Dasuki is a welcome development. However, it still calls for concern in the sense that the fact that it took the Attorney General to order the release of both men who are, as far as I'm concerned, political prisoners, is worrying, it's worrisome, and it's an alarm that we really need to take seriously. However, like every other well-meaning Nigerian, I welcome this development, and we hope that the government will also respect the court orders as it relates to every person who is held unjustly and who is held in detention in every facility, whether of the Department of State Security or any other security outfit that is holding any Nigerian, any citizen of this country unjustly. So I would say it's a welcome development, and we hope that in the recent of it, all of the charges that are unwarranted will be dropped against them, and that Nigeria becomes the better for it. Above all, I want to say that it is also a victory for the voice of the masses, especially those who have been clamoring for their release on social media and the different platforms, especially those who have gone ahead beyond social media to hold protests over this cause. So I want to say congratulations to Sowore, Dasuki and their families, that they'll be able to join their families in celebrating the festive period together.
Ileri Lawal joins us to share his thoughts.
I think it's a shame that the federal government has waited so long before releasing Sowore and Dasuki, despite pleas, protests, and the like, not just from Nigerians but from the international community. I think that this is a clear case of justice being delayed and arguably denied. I don't know if we should be happy about this because it has come so late, and we don't even know whether to trust the federal government. The decision has been met with a lot of criticism and skepticism, and rightly so, because we we've seen them act and then go back on their words several times. So I'm glad that he's been released. I'm glad that they've been released. But then I think that we should not be happy until our systems are reassessed and we know that this kind of events will not happen again.
Seun Imade of Avviva has a few thoughts.
Omoyele Sowore has been released. And, we saw the statement released by the federal government talking about his release as well as Dasuki's release as well. I think the conversation beforehand was that this was a threat against our democracy. Do I think this move establishes the fact that the government now has sudden faith in our democracy, or whether or not this restores, confidence in the average man on Nigeria's democracy? I don't think so. The statement doesn't allude to that in any way. Do I think more needs to be done? Most definitely, yes. Do you understand? Because we cannot take these things for granted. Nigerians have to know that we can trust our judicial system. We have to know that the government is for us and not just serving its own purpose. And a statement like that doesn't say, allude to the fact that our democracy is not something they're taking for granted. It's not. I don't think it's statement enough, essentially.
Thank you so much. So it's been an amazing episode of Rubbing Minds Plus. My name is Desmond, and we'd like to get your thoughts on the release of Colonel Dasuki Sambo and Omoyele Sowore. My name is Desmond. See you on the next episode of Rubbing Minds Plus. And once again, Merry Christmas.